From you breathing in and out of my
Hello and welcome to episode number 215 of the Nation of Conversation. I am your host Ryan. Here with me, the Quarantine Boys.
Damn boys.
Mike, Phil, and Wally.
Damn quarantine. My arms going away when I do this. It looks like a Billy Wiles eye.
I'm very confused as to why your blue shirt is not like completely sucked into your blue
Because
background.
I'm not doing the green screen. This is just a photo. I don't know whatever you were doing right now.
I have arts and crafts behind me.
Yes. I see a Larry Zbyszko signed picture.
Larry Zbyszko autograph.
What's
This is
Larry
this is
Legend.
superstar Billy
Wait.
Graham down here,
Yep.
Okay.
and then up
What-
there is what's his name? Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy
The
Hart.
Jimmy Hart picture. You know,
I should put up my picture of I have a side picture of Juice and Thunder Liger.
that's right. You should
Somewhere here.
just hold it up.
Just hold it.
Just hold it 8x10 the entire show.
Just put it on my face.
It's gonna be a bummer of a show, somewhat. But WWE fired like 80 people. From
What was the total? And that's not even counting people like in the office
right,
and like the people
Writers.
writers, because they have like 40 writers. And then, like I said, there's people in the corporate people that I don't think we know about.
right, HR and stuff. I'm sure they
Yeah.
fired a lot of them.
Yeah.
So before we get into that, there was a few points that came out about this whole thing. The idea, in theory, was they're trying to save money because of all of the fact that they made no money off WrestleMania. They made no money off house shows or
Which
any
they
live
weren't-
events.
Which they weren't doing anymore anyways.
Right, and Meltzer had made the point that they were losing money every time they went out, so
Yeah.
really it wasn't that different.
I feel like the house show thing was going to be coming to an end,
Sure.
pandemic or not. Maybe not completely, but way pulled back. Because like, if you're not making money, like,
Yeah.
what are you even running these for in Palookaville?
The list that we have here has 53 people.
And there's probably another 50-ish.
Yeah,
people
probably more that
we don't
even
know.
know about.
We don't
Yeah.
know who they are, but so there's a couple things. First of all, some of these cuts are a little funky because it seems like they would have been cut anyway. Like, no offense to No Way
Yeah.
Jose, but my guess is that he
Oh.
would have been cut.
I don't know, that baseball punch.
Oh,
Oh God, he's the worst.
one thing, the thing that people I don't see people talking about, I just feel like this was going to happen eventually, like this
Yeah.
mass cut because
Right.
of all the hoarding of talent. Like
Yeah.
someday they were going to just be like, well, we can't, like someday something was going to happen.
If
Maybe
you
not a pandemic, but like they're going to have to tighten their belt. And
But yeah,
like,
this is almost a convenient excuse.
yes.
Is that what this is? That's my question.
Probably both.
No,
A little of both?
I don't. Truthfully, I don't think they want to right now because AEW is still such a factor.
But
But
is
it's-
AEW really concerned about No Way Jose? Got to scoop him up?
No, but you don't know how Vince thinks. But I think like
Yeah.
this was all going to happen eventually. Or like this sad day where they cut 50 people was going to happen someday. It's just it's just the worst part is that, and the thing is that they have nowhere else to go.
Right.
They have nowhere else to get a job. They're shit out of luck right now.
I saw an interview with Mike Bennett where he talked about, because somebody was like giving him shit on Twitter. Well, you got what you wanted. You got your release. And he's like, yeah, I wanted my release when I could go work somewhere else.
Yeah, really.
I didn't want my release where I'm like literally unemployed and I can't do anything. That's not a good time for my release. I would have loved to have stayed under those circumstances, but
Him, Gallows, and Anderson were all signed through 2024.
And they're not collecting any of that?
We don't know that.
about
We don't
that.
know that.
I don't know how that works.
They gotta get something out of that.
I'm sure.
That's the thing.
I don't know, though. Independent contractors.
I feel like some people were like given the choice of kind of like a severance package. I don't think they called it. I think it was like take this money and like leave kind of thing. I feel like I saw Meltzer report that. Like I think like Rusev probably took like, or Gallows and Anderson maybe took that.
Maybe.
Like we're gonna cut you, take this money, and see you later.
The other point I saw kicking around was we've been talking about these $1 billion TV deals that they've got.
Mm-hmm.
With all these billions, do they really need to cut $700,000 a month?
No, they did not. We all know they did not have to.
They're using this as a cost-cutting measure.
I mean, I'm sure they're being affected like everything else. They're not making so much money, but no, they didn't need to do this.
And another thing they had brought up was because they're moving out of Titan Towers,
Which they stopped doing that.
They stopped that, and because they couldn't move, they had to cut costs somewhere else. And so they cut this, I think was the explanation.
Alvarez said that a lot of the costs were cut from the not moving.
Right.
Like halting construction saved them hundreds of thousands of dollars by itself.
Well, and I added this later in our thing, but I'll say it now since we're talking about cost cutting. I was reading that the reason that they kept saying it was important to do live shows, blah, 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 blah. The reason they were doing it is because they were afraid that if they started doing pre-tapes, the networks would give them less money. So they forced their people to do live shows until both NBC and Fox came and said, hey, we're going to pay you like the full contract. And they're like, oh, okay, now we can draw back and now we can just do pre-tapes.
Yes,
but even so, did you see what they're doing? They're still being stupid about it.
Yeah, so a lot's changed since when this happened? Wednesday?
Black Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, Black Wednesday.
That's what it was called on Twitter.
Yeah,
Black
a lot's
Wednesday.
changed since then because, like you said, Bill, those companies came to be like, we're not going to renege on our deal. And then they changed. It seems like they're filming like
one live, one taped.
Yeah, like every 2 weeks.
Which still doesn't help.
It's still, I feel like.
It's half the travel, but
I guess.
But there's not a reason you can't tape 3 or 4 at a time.
Right.
That's true. Like, yeah.
The other point I saw kicking around out there is they're cutting people, but people like Ring of Honor, MLW, New Japan, others are paying their people, NWA, paying their people full salary, even though they're not running shows. Ring of Honor paid all their people travel, hotel, and for wrestling, even though they didn't have a show in Vegas. El Fantasma was talking about that on Twitter. It's like they paid for my flight there and back, didn't have to wrestle, they still paid me, even though they flew me in for nothing. So
Ring of Honor having some good
some
bounce back on PR.
Yeah, finally some good PR.
So, that it'll matter, but it won't matter.
It's good for wrestling or for the wrestlers, the wrestlers.
It is good for the wrestlers. I just mean I don't think this all of a sudden people are going to start watching more Ring of Honor.
No, I don't think so.
No. Oh no,
not at all.
That's the biggest thing with all these ratings, even though this is a tangent, is wrestling is not creating new fans. There's no new fans coming in. It is the same 2 to 3 million people. That's it.
The good thing for Ring of Honor, though, is that like they start getting a better reputation with wrestlers, so maybe they got a chance to bring in better wrestlers and up their product,
or keep them,
or keep their good wrestlers. Yeah,
they need that kind of PR because they've had so much bad, especially wrestler PR in the last year.
So even though it's not going to bring in new viewers, they might keep the people that they have. They might bring in better people, and then maybe we'll see a bounce in the viewership.
It's still the right thing to do if you can do
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still
And
very
it's
much
just,
the right
I
thing
just
to
find
do.
it fascinating that Ring of Honor can do it, but WWE can't. Very odd.
Well, I was thinking like WWE probably wants to be the first ones back live. So if
Oh,
they
yeah.
they don't want to take the chance of having like 2 or 3 or 4 pre-taped episodes in the bank, and then all of a sudden you can go live and then be like, all right, well, we did all that pre-taping for nothing. So they want to keep it so that one week, yeah, we'll throw a live one out, and then the next week we'll have a pre-taped. But then that gives us a possibility to come back the very next week and do live and live and live.
They
And
can
live.
just punt the taped show and then go back
Yeah.
to full live.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that if they've done 3 or 4 pre-tapes already.
I feel like they'd still do that, but who knows?
I don't know. And then let's quickly go over the fact that the way these people were fired
Oh God, this is
was
the
awful.
worst.
This is awful. It was like a 5-minute meeting, 5-minute conference call for Vince McMahon, and then you were told you're going to get a text message if you're fired. And all these people got texts.
It seemed
But they're
like some
fired.
people did get calls. Some people.
I'm
got
sure that-
texts.
I'm sure
talking
that-
to people. Yeah.
The topper flight guys and girls got calls, I'm sure.
This is exactly what makes this company a complete garbage fire. Like this is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit.
Yeah. It's not respectful at all.
Don't worry,
Absolutely
Ryan.
not.
Hunter's coming. Hunter's on his way.
I don't trust him either.
I don't know why.
Why? Because he's himself.
What, are you going to ask to see the hole in his hands? Come on, Ryan. What else does he have to do?
Oh God, yeah.
It's blasphemous, Bill. It's blasphemous.
Just more
No, I'm
PR.
speaking well of him.
He's talking about the real Jesus, Bill, not Hunter Jesus. God Almighty. Just more horrible PR for WWE, where when they had a chance, because they make so much money, to be the leaders in this situation and be like, no, we're going to pay people still to come in.
That was never going to happen.
Yeah, no, of course not. Absolutely not. Even though they have
Vince
tons of
doesn't want
money.
to lose. Yeah, Vince doesn't want to lose even a cent, and that's just shows how fucking greedy he is.
Of course. And there's a little piece of information here that he lied about, which was the XFL thing. WWE had nothing to do with XFL. There were two separate companies.
Yeah.
23%
ownership?
Not true. 23%. So when the XFL shut down, WWE was left holding the bag of that 23%.
They'll be back in 20 years.
That's got to figure into the reason why a lot of these people got cut now.
A lot of people are thinking that the XFL demise is part of the problem here. Even though he said that they have nothing to do with each other.
Lying sack of shit.
He is. He just is. It's just a shitty situation. So we've got 3 categories here of people that got fired. And I wanted to give some positive stuff on some of these guys.
Fired and or furloughed.
Right,
but only till July 1st. Which I feel like isn't.
So, yeah, that's not great.
No.
It means they're going to get fired July 1st.
Yeah.
Because nothing's changing by July 1st,
Yeah,
I don't think,
not.
from what I'm hearing. But hopefully it will. So I broke this down to 3 separate categories to try to give a little – we don't have to talk about everybody, but try to give a little positive maybe look into where some of these people might go. So I broke it into the producers, NXT, and then main roster. So I don't know if there's much to say about the producer side. I was surprised out of some of them, like Dave Finlay, who's been there forever. That was surprising.
Finlay and Kidman.
Both of them have been there a long time.
Long time. Pretty much since the end of WCW.
Well, not
Wasn't
Kidman,
Pat
I
Buck
don't
doing a lot
think.
these
No,
days,
Kidman
too?
was, I think.
Really?
Well, Kidman wasn't a producer, but
Right.
But he's been there since.
Yeah, Pat Buck was just brought in.
And Lance Storm.
Shane Helms and Lance Storm all were just brought in. Lance Storm closed his wrestling school to do this, and now he's fired.
Sold it.
That sucks.
Mike Rotunda's been there a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, IRS has been there a long time.
He's had to have been.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people on this list. Even Scott Armstrong, I think he's...
Serena D was their feel-good story, making a big return to the company.
Nope.
Mhm.
So a lot of these, you feel bad for a lot of these producers. Hopefully they can catch on somewhere. But
Who is it? Just Road Dogg and Shawn Michaels producing every match now? Who is left?
Abyss is still there, and Amazing,
yeah.
Amazing Red.
No,
Oh.
Amazing Red's not a
Not Amazing
producer.
Red. Who's the other guy? Not Amazing Red. Who's the other TNA guy?
Oh, Nobles. Who's not the crazy one? Is Noble still there?
I don't know. If he's still
Mercury's gone. Mercury's
Mercury's
gone.
definitely gone.
He's the crazy one at Ring of Honor.
right.
Was it Nobles?
He might still be there.
Um,
I don't know. But so there's not a lot to say about these guys. I'm just surprised at somebody like Dave Finlay, who did a lot of
yeah,
producing there.
pretty much very, very instrumental in all the women's
Right. All the
matches.
women's matches. So feel bad for all those guys and gals. But we're just going to move on from them because hopefully they'll get back there. We'll see.
The one interesting guy, the Kendo Cashin,
Yeah. Who was that? I don't
It's
know.
my
who that
cousin.
is.
he was brought in, and I believe he was working on the NXT Japan
Which is dead.
expansion,
Apparently dead.
and that's now dead.
Dead.
Yes, that obviously that is now dead.
Yeah.
But yeah,
For the time being.
for the
Right.
Pick it back up in a year, maybe.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
all right. Bill, let's move into NXT. There's a lot of names on this list. I have no idea who they are. Okay.
Most of these are not TV.
All the people I put in red, I don't know.
I don't
I
even know
guess
who Josiah Williams is.
He's a backstage announcer.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he was
Who
like a
just showed up.
Who's MJ Jenkins?
interviewer.
MJ Jenkins was in the Mae Young Classic too, I believe.
Yes, she was.
Oh,
She was
okay.
good.
But there's a couple of the biggest names. There were three big names, in my opinion. Deonna Purrazzo, who never got fair shakes there ever.
Like,
No.
when were we in New York for Brooklyn? Was that 2 summers ago?
Yes.
Deonna
2018.
Purrazzo was a dark match. Like, she was on her way up,
That's right.
and then
she
nothing
was.
happened.
I don't understand. I honestly don't get it. She is so good.
Yeah,
She
so
should
good.
be.
Oh, she'll show up wherever she wants to.
She's going to be a star.
She
somewhere.
AEW would
They need
Scoop-
her, right? For the
Scoop her
world.
right up.
They
Scoop her
definitely
right up.
chomping at the bit
Please just sign her right now.
because she is just a straight up.
She's a star.
Yeah, she's a great wrestler.
She's very good at. I don't know about her promos.
Right.
We haven't really got to see any promos from her.
Yeah,
No.
don't know.
But come on, that was crazy to me. Like, what are you doing there? Tainara Conti, who kind of wanted out, we thought.
Yeah,
but
she
then
seemed like she was
didn't.
trying to get out.
So I guess that's not that surprising. But
Yeah.
she had some roles to play. I don't know.
Underutilized, but
I'm not sure
yeah.
if we I'm not sure if we see her again in like
Yeah.
a major company. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows?
And then
Cassius Ohno.
Cassius Ohno, the other big
Yeah.
release.
Cesar Bonani could show up some places.
He could. He would.
Yeah.
Every now and then they give him a mini push.
Yeah.
He can go a little bit.
Yeah.
Put him in like the middle category here of like the Dan Mathas and the Tino Sabatellis.
Did you see what happened to Dan Mantha?
Yeah. What was that?
Got
He
in a
got
car
into a car accident?
His car got wrecked and he was in the hospital with like
He
a
was
hole
wrecked.
in his head. Yeah.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I thought they were kind of pushing Cassius Ohno, though.
Cassius, he was
No.
essentially player coach. He was player
Yeah.
coach there to put
NXT
people
UK,
over.
but his last match in NXT UK, he won, I think. Like they were still letting it because they would do their thing where they'd let him win 4 matches in a row so he'd look good, and then
Yeah.
he'd put over like a big talent.
Yeah, right. And then
Okay.
so big talent or something.
Because I do remember, yeah, like I remember hearing his name all the time for NXT UK stuff.
He did the rounds match. That was weird.
Right, that's right. That's
Right.
right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that Chris Hero can go anywhere and be
Well,
be
he
good.
tweeted out a picture
of a retirement kind of thing.
of
Of
like
Cassius
just
Ohno.
but the Cassius Ohno boots.
Good.
So
Just go be Chris Hero somewhere and be awesome.
yeah,
He'll go back to Germany.
I hope he shows up everywhere.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the list that you have a feeling for?
I
in
know
any way?
this guy, the Alexander J. I just know him to see him. I never seen.
I
him
recently
wrestle.
saw a picture of him, but yeah, I don't know him at all.
But truthfully, I'm surprised more people weren't cut from NXT.
Yeah.
But my
Seems like a lot of these people were like very developmental,
Yes.
like people that needed coaching.
I feel like there's even more though that are
Probably.
like, I feel like these people are people who may have been there for a while and were like,
they're not getting anywhere.
yeah, these people are like, they're going nowhere.
Right.
But the thing is
they've hit their peak, and then let's get rid of
not
them.
even like their peak. Like,
Oh, the only one we didn't mention
No,
was Wally's guy Tino Sabatelli.
yes,
Again, not going anywhere. Probably.
yeah. Sabatelli was a guy who was like,
He's hurt. He's been hurt a
always
lot.
hurt.
he's been hurt, and
Also, his tag team partner has like had 3 tag teams since he got
yeah,
hurt.
Including Dan Mantha.
yes.
Yeah. Right.
My thought is that by cutting all of these higher profile guys with bigger contracts, like you don't need to cut people like, you know, as many NXT guys because they're not making much.
That's
Those
true.
people.
You would
Those
think.
people, you know, you can continue to pay a guy who's making 28 grand a year compared to Rusev, or Gallows and Anderson, who are making over 100. You know,
All right, let's go over the big names from the Raw and SmackDown list. Some of them. I don't know if we need to go over all of them. I'm going to start with one guy who you wouldn't expect. I'm going to start with Mike Chioda. The dude's worked there for like 35
I was
years.
shocked by this.
Yeah.
He's worked there longer than I've been alive, I think. Maybe 36
he started
years.
89. He started working there. I
Okay,
think it
so
was.
a long
Oh,
ass time.
almost as old as me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude has been a ref there forever. And they just kicked him out. Like, really? That doesn't seem very...
I guess he had surgery and
He was injured and couldn't ref or something?
yeah.
I
hope
don't... it's very bizarre to me that they
Yeah.
would fire Mike Chioda. Like...
I hope it was like a separate, like a mutual thing, but who knows?
He will definitely show up in AEW because anyone that has anything to do with the 1980s, Cody will sap up in a second.
You never know. There's... I don't know. Do we want to go over all of them?
We could just
We'll touch on them quickly. All right,
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, easy cut. You know, I feel bad for everybody.
he
but-
was a producer. He was a
Was he?
producer. Yes.
I was gonna say, I
Yes,
didn't think he was
working
doing
a
anything.
producer role.
I can
Him
see him
and-
still making appearances and stuff, but just not a long-term deal.
Him and Drew
Yeah.
have been working together, I think. McIntyre.
All right. Well, I feel bad for him. I don't want to crap on his, but
Right.
he wasn't really doing anything on TV.
No.
Probably was
No.
making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But okay, so he's gone. Drake Maverick. This one's really weird because he's in the cruiserweight tournament.
Yeah, and he's
Just
still
announced the day he was fired.
Yes,
Yep.
and he's still going to continue wrestling. in
And
it.
on
So he's
NXT
going to
this
lose one
week,
match and then be fired.
Well, no, because it's round robin.
he's got 3 matches.
He's got 3 matches.
Oh, right. You're right.
And this week when they were going over the tournament, they actually said, "Oh, he's got a lot to prove." I don't know if that was, I mean, because this was a live week, right?
On NXT?
Yes.
So
Yes.
they said that after he got fired, they said he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of his reaction, his video, but
Jesus.
Weird.
yeah.
I think for sure, Money in the Bank. Well, so, no pun intended. Drake Maverick EC3 go back to Impact.
Hmm.
I think they go Impact.
Probably.
Maybe. Kurt Hawkins. This one is really depressing because
Yeah. His wife's
Hey.
pregnant.
wife is pregnant and is a stay-at-home mom, and he has no job.
Yep.
He has 2 kids too, an older daughter.
Yeah, they're the fucking worst company in the
He
world.
does
So-
have a wrestling school.
He has
him
created-
and
Creative
Pat,
Pro Wrestling.
yes, with him and someone else.
Pat Buck.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pat Buck. Right.
Him and Pat Buck own Creative Pro Wrestling, who have
Yes.
produced MJF
Right.
and Chris Statlander,
Yes. yes,
amongst
yes,
some
yes.
others. But you can't train anybody right now, so I don't know how effective Creative Pro.
Virtual train.
I
Bill,
guess.
let me show you how to do a collar wrist.
All right.
A collar wrist. Let me
A
show
collar
you.
wrist.
Like-
Let me
like
show you a
this.
collar wrist. There's no collar in that. Whatever you just did.
A wrist, a lockup. Let me show you how.
Yeah, so that one's sad.
And
Nice.
then from here you go.
Transition to a tackle and a drop down.
Tackle drop.
Let me back up real quick and do a tackle.
Yes.
There's a drop down.
With the drop down.
So that one's sad. I like Kurt a lot. He was good on the Indies as Brian Myers, so his real name. So I'm sure he'll pop up somewhere as Brian.
Yeah,
Myers.
and I'm sure
Creator
once
Pro
everything,
will continue on.
yeah, comes out, Creator Pro will.
Yeah. So hopefully that all works out. Plus, they have a very good podcast, him and Zach Ryder. So
That's true.
money off that. Carl Anderson, which was very surprising to me that Gallows and Anderson were on this list. They must just making a ton of money.
They're making a ton of money, and two, it's not that surprising.
They wanted it to go, didn't they?
I feel like
No, they
Haven't-
re-signed.
they
Oh.
yeah,
Anderson is already posting stuff about going back to Japan, though.
yeah.
Oh my God, he's gonna be a star when he
And
gets back.
Tamatanga was into it, of course.
Yeah, that's happening.
And then I saw Luke Gallows posted something funny that was like, I can't speak for Carl, but I had asked for some time off, so I assume this is just a holiday.
Of course, they would make it into a joke.
Now
So
there
Gallows
is,
Gallows and
there-
Anderson probably going to AEW, right? At some point, you
the
would
thing
think.
is there is the I don't know, out there. There's the thought that once everything comes down, a lot of these people may get re-signed.
That's
by
possibly
WWE.
true.
And I
see
could
that.
most definitely see Gallows and Anderson getting re-signed.
Could
Like,
be.
What's all this?
Did you
I
see
could-
AJ? What he said?
Yeah, that was.
It felt bad
What'd he
about
say?
that.
Yeah.
He said that he felt that he had let them both down, and that it was his responsibility that they've been fired.
Because they're in essentially the main event of WrestleMania, and it was on him. I feel like once everything calms down, like I could see them both showing back up in WWE, especially with AJ's request
Yeah.
and Paul now that he's got,
Yeah.
I don't know
If
truthfully who else would show up.
Yeah.
If AEW came to Gallows and Anderson and said, "Hey, we've got this contract for you guys, and you guys can work with New Japan as well," do
Yeah,
you really think they'd go back to WWE
yeah.
They
just
might.
for the money? Just for the money?
They might.
A lot of people do a lot of things just for the money.
They might. I mean, they
Yeah,
never
that's
left.
true.
They were basically not used for long periods of time, and still didn't.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Heath Slater. Feel bad for this guy. He's been there for like 20 years.
I know. He started in FCW.
Yeah.
He
he's
was
been-
on the original NXT like game show.
Right.
Yeah.
He was part of the Nexus.
Yep.
He's been around forever. Had
Part
every
of the-
dumb gimmick.
The
Three-man
leader of the 3-man band.
Yes.
Right. Leader of
This
the
is
three-man
all
band.
just set up so 5 years from now, he shows back up and wins the title, just like Jinder, just like
Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew was a 3-man band too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I really
Um,
think like if given a chance, Heath Slater could really be, and not a star, but like
A good wrestler.
a good wrestler, like a
Oh,
good.
he is definitely a good wrestler.
He can
A
get
good
himself
hand.
over. He's
Like
got
a-
himself over in more stupid
Yes.
gimmicks than anyone.
Yes, that's the thing. He's
Like,
able to
that's-
get himself over, but
And
that's
they-
always the curse is you get yourself over, but then
Right. But think about some of the garbage they've given him to,
yeah,
and he's gotten it over.
Yeah.
It's like
One-man
that's a
band.
talent right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
got
got
kids.
3-man band over. He got
He
I
was
got
in
kids
the-
over.
he was essentially in the best match of one of the best matches of the last decade.
What was that?
Um,
The one where
Three-man
Vader
band
tripped when
versus-
Vader tripped and fell on the ramp and then beat
it
him in
was
a match.
3-man band versus
We
the WLC. The WLC,
were
right?
they in the WLC?
Yeah, it was 3-man band versus the Colognes and what was his name?
El Matador.
Torito.
Torito.
No, that's it. El Torito.
El
Sorry.
Torito.
Matador. Who the fuck is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
They became Los Matadores for a little while.
Oh, is that why I'm saying that? Okay.
Yes.
Eric Young, who we have not seen in years.
I'm
So-
not surprised by this.
Not
And I
That
think
seemed like
he
a
was,
generic cut.
yeah. I think I heard that he had been transitioning into a producer too, but
He was big in NXT for a little while, right?
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
the head of the what was that?
Sanity.
Sanity.
Yes, and that's where
Yeah.
Sarah Logan was, right?
Yeah.
No,
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross, right.
Close.
Right. You mentioned Sarah Logan, who was also fired. And Mike, you were saying this is one of the ones you were surprised by? Or am I wrong about that? Did you say like she was very underutilized?
Oh, I think she was very underutilized.
What was her gimmick on the indies again? She was like a witch. She was like a crazy
was it?
witch.
Crazy Mary Dobson.
Yeah.
Crazy Mary Dobson.
Crazy Mary Dobson. Kind of like what's her
Like
name?
Rosemary.
Yeah, Rosemary, and who's in Impact?
Sue Young.
Yes, Sue Young. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I think she was very underutilized.
Yeah.
But she's showing back up tonight on Raw for some reason.
With the Viking Raiders, maybe?
She can
I
get
have no clue, but
beat by Ruby.
I have no clue,
Very weird.
but she's gonna show up, I guess, on Raw tonight for some reason.
We talked about Mike Chioda, who was on the list. EC3, we talked about him a little bit. It's shocking to me what happened to him.
Yeah,
It's not. It's they underutilized him like crazy, but
I know that, but just the fact that they did underutilize him is shocking.
But they
to me.
never even like gave him
Nothing. They gave him no chance whatsoever.
And like, yeah, he's not the best wrestler, but God, he could.
He's also a prototype WWE looking dude who can talk.
he's got that charisma too.
Talk like crazy.
Yeah. He's going to get super over in some other place.
Yeah.
And be like the champion.
Yeah.
At some other promotion. We'll see.
Yeah.
Aiden English, that dude was not doing jack shit. He was on commentary.
Yeah,
he probably was going to get cut anyway, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Leo Rush, they've been trying to cut him forever.
Surprising. This was surprising.
This surprised me.
Yes.
Like they've been trying to cut him forever.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was something like he wanted. Like he wanted out.
Maybe.
I could see that.
Remember
Like
how over like indie Leo Rush was at PWG.
Yeah.
How exciting he was, and then he just shit the bed.
Well, he'll be everywhere. He'll be
NXT.
PWG. He'll be back to MLW and wherever else.
I'd like
feel
to
like
see him and Jungle Boy go.
Yeah, a lot of people think he could show up in AEW.
He's got the PWG connection. He could.
Yeah.
Primo and Epica, they weren't doing anything.
They've been
No,
around
no.
forever, but yeah.
I didn't even know they were still there.
Mike and Maria Kanellis. We talked about Mike earlier.
Yeah.
Maria's a little bit surprising. Not Mike so much.
I guess, but another like crappy situation because they just had a baby. Maria just had a baby, and now she's fired, and so is her husband.
Yep.
It's like that kind of sucks. They also have another kid. This one I felt bad about because Zack Ryder was cut, and that dude has wanted to work there, has done every fucking thing they've ever asked him to do, been around forever, done every promo, every weird fucking celebrity crap, all the dumb commercials. He's in all of them. Like every media thing. He's probably done everything you could ever do. They've ever asked, and then he gets cut. And
Doesn't Cody love him?
Yeah, Cody and him are friends. So Cody put out that post about
very good friends.
You know how it sucks, but Zach deserves better, and I think he does.
He'll go an AEW shot.
I could most definitely see him.
You would think, and I still think he's got a lot of potential to do well.
Yeah,
he's not a bad wrestler.
No,
he just doesn't get chances, and he got thrown around by Kane and made to look stupid. But he's not a bad wrestler. He's really not.
No, when he won what was it, the IC title?
Yeah,
everybody freaked out. Yeah,
that was great. I don't know. I feel bad for him though because he wanted to work at WWE his whole life, got to work there, put all that effort in, and then they just shit on him. Like, I guess that's the business world, but it sucks. It sucks when your lifelong dream takes a big dump on your face. But No Way Jose, we talked about him. Probably would have been cut anyway. Hasn't done anything in forever. Shows up and gets like eliminated from the Rumble or something. But,
he's strictly a jobber.
Yeah. And Rusev, who I've heard multiple things today. I don't know if any of it's true, but that he's going to get gobbled up immediately.
Oh, yeah. He should be.
JR said like he's the one guy that needs to come to AEW now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. He's been trying to get out for a long time, I feel
Yeah,
like.
it seems like he's been like wanting out for a while now.
Yeah, so
Just curious if Lana ends up wanting out now too, or if they're just gonna be.
well, tonight, supposedly on Raw tonight, they're going to undo all the Lashley and Lana stuff. For some
Yay.
reason.
Whatever.
Why, I don't know. So that's going to all be scrapped tonight, supposedly. That's what I heard. I know you were very invested in Lashley and Lana.
Oh, man. So much.
All right. And that was it. So, I don't know. Any final thoughts, reactions, surprises?
It's a bummer.
So,
But
feel
I
bad
could,
for all of them.
like I said, after everything, I could see WWE re-signing a chunk of these people.
Yeah, you never
We'll
know.
see. Especially the agents.
You
I
would
can see
think.
them.
You would
Because
think.
they're going to need these people.
You're
I
gonna
mean,
need
if they're not
agents.
doing live, they don't need the road agents potentially. But
Right.
And we didn't even mention all the office workers, so hopefully they're
Right.
all doing all right too.
They did fire the writer. Who
Right, there was
had-
one writer on there.
There's a
somewhere.
few, right? There was the writer, Andrea Listerberger. She
Right.
pretty much wrote the entire. She was the main person behind the Otis and Mandy stuff. Like pretty
Which,
much,
God.
they're
you could be honest that that's the top storyline
Yeah.
that they've got going.
yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
weird. But all right. So that was bad.
Mhm.
And then also the same day, Howard Finkel passed away.
Ah,
It
such
was
a
also
bummer.
very sad.
Yeah.
Another guy who I feel like was not treated well by WWE over the years, at least on TV.
Yeah.
He was kind of crapped on a lot after he was forced to not be a ring announcer because he was too old.
Really.
That's what the story that's what's being kicked around, that he was considered to be too old. That's why he needed to move over for the other announcers. And
Right.
then there was that time he came back and announced for CM Punk.
Right.
CM Punk requested that he be his personal ring announcer against what's his name, Del Rio, because he had his
Yes.
own announcer, and they were supposed to make him look stupid, and he got super over because everybody loves Howard
Of
Finkel.
course.
How could you not love Fink?
So
Reading the Rumble.
yeah, he's called a million matches from our early childhood
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of great moments. So I feel bad for
Yeah.
Howard. Rest in peace. If you go and look at our Twitter feed, I put up a little thing that Gallows had done years ago.
Yeah.
Where, have you seen that? Where
The story about
he does a
Fink
story
calling
about
him.
how Finkel was doing travel when Gallows first started, and he thought it was a joke, and he's like, "Hello, you'll be getting your car from National or Budget. Pick up your rental car." Then he's like, "Is this really him?" And at the end, he was fighting Kane. He goes, "Watch out for the choke slam." Very funny story.
Yeah.
Go check that out. It used to do Finkel every single. What's the name of their podcast?
Hoot? Talking Shop,
Talking Shop.
Okay.
Talking Shop. Yeah,
which
he used
I'm
to do-
sure will come back.
I'm sure. He used to do Finkel impressions in every episode, so
Yeah.
hopefully we see those again. That's funny. So yeah, that sucked.
Before you move on, just to make it an even sadder show, I just before we started saw that on today, April the 20th, it's 21 years since Rick Rude passed away,
Oh, that's a bummer.
and also 4 years since China passed away.
Jesus.
Black
4
Day.
years.
Yeah.
Crappy show. Sad show today. Sad show. All right, let's talk about fun stuff. This stupid Money in the Bank idea. Go.
What is it?
They're doing
It's-
Money in the Bank in
it's-
Titan Towers.
Oh yeah.
Climb the corporate ladder.
So tone deaf.
What
But-
the fuck? Climb the
Truthfully,
corporate ladder a week or 2 weeks after we fire everybody. Climb the corporate ladder.
So tone deaf.
Are they going to be having people like in the background like they normally do, sitting at desks?
Probably.
Oh,
Well, it's going to be
probably,
a
yeah.
Sunday night.
Well, you got to
know
work
there's-
24 hours a day if you work there.
Yeah, you know there's going to be people sitting at desks being like, "Oh my god, these people are fighting here."
Which
They
you
promoted
would
this
think-
for a month, but what?
and also, why aren't they working from home? But
Oh, that's true.
wrestling is essential, so
It is.
course, you
But
gotta-
this is in Connecticut.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
How are they doing this, being allowed to do this in Connecticut?
Makes no
Which
sense.
is 2 hours from New York, which is
It's very close to the epicenter of the virus.
yes.
Other than, like, New York has way more cases than anywhere else besides, like, Seattle, right? It's New York.
I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah.
way over Seattle. Seattle was just first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. New York is the
And
like
the reason WWE headquarters are in Connecticut is because it was a nicer place and cheaper than being in New York City.
well, yeah, sure.
And it was close to New York City.
And that's where Vince
Mhm.
lived. It's,
So
you know.
stupid. So they're supposed to climb through the building and end up on the roof to win the match.
I mean,
I'll
just
be
take
serious,
an
though.
elevator.
This is what I was talking about when I say do some weird, wacky shit.
This is really weird, though. This is like
And the thing is like
very weird.
the thing is that they're putting like Aleister Black in it and Daniel Bryan. So like it's not like goofballs. Like
No,
you
it's
can
gonna be
see
a
like
serious
the
match.
24 like the 24/7, but it's also going to be the women, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
I will not be watching it.
Very bizarre.
But then I wasn't going to watch it anyways.
All right. Revival are putting out a trademark for their new name, Fear the Revolt.
Yes.
I
What do you
think they're
think?
probably The Revolt, and then it's just
Right.
FTR.
You're right. They're called
Which-
the Revolt
Got some heat.
because there is a wrestling promotion.
No, there was a tag team.
Oh.
Caleb Conley and someone else
Yeah, I saw them talking shit
who
about
were
it.
called the Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also got to see somebody leaked the gear that the Revival were supposed to be wearing. The comedy gear that Vince McMahon wanted to turn the Revival into comedy wrestlers. So it
I don't
didn't-
understand the gear anyways.
I didn't either.
It looked
It
like
just looked like themes, like holiday themed
like
gear.
I don't even know. It just looked awful.
Yeah.
They
Bow
were
ties.
treated like crap on TV, and we thought that was the reasoning for their wanting to leave. But no, it turns out it was a lot worse behind the scenes.
I guess they had agreed to do this,
Oh my
and
God.
then thankfully they're just given the release.
Probably at this point they just said like, whatever, we're leaving, so do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Crap on us all you want. Fine. But wow, go look that up. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. That and I also showed you guys the Braun
Right.
Strowman magic
Braun.
gimmick.
Braun being a
Oh,
magician?
that was horrible.
It wasn't like his
Why?
haircut.
Why?
And
They have a
Sequins
monster.
on
Why would they
his-
make him a
oh,
magician?
Like what
I'm more
I
okay
would've-
with that than with
what
the
I would
Revival.
have given to have him show up as like what is he 6'8"?
Just do a
6'9"?
card trick.
An
Dude.
enormous guy
Dude.
pulling a rabbit out of his hat?
Doing like sleight of
Fuck?
hand, close up magic in front of like a crowd of like 3,000 people.
What?
Like,
Can he even do magic?
like
It's not gonna go well.
but it seems
Oh.
like and I feel like there's more of it like is Vince wanting to go back to like the early 90s with this shit?
Remember they had
Late
him.
80s.
Who was that magician that they had in the '90s who pulled like the rope, the ribbon out of his mouth? That he had like a black and white mask.
Oh yeah, yes.
Remember
I
that
see
guy?
that guy. I don't remember.
He showed up
his
on
name.
one Raw.
Yeah.
It's like a weird magic guy, and then never came back.
Yeah.
It's like Q or something like that. He had a weird name.
Oh,
You remember that guy? There's that-
vaguely.
There's that gif of.
Fantasio?
Was
Huh?
that it?
Fantasio?
Yes.
Yes, that's the
That's it.
one. Yeah.
Fantasia.
There's a gif of him like pulling a ribbon out of his mouth, like a really long.
Spellbinder, apparently. So he must have done this a couple of places.
Yeesh. All right. So that's gonna happen. Revival.
And they
are gonna-
also wore big shatter machine thing, like a big clock that said shatter machine.
Fucking stupid. Good thing they're out of there. We talked about how we already talked about this. How WWE's going to get their full TV rights,
Yeah, so now they're okay with not going live.
even though they're going to go live still.
Yep.
Fucking dicks.
And I guess they've already taped some content for Money in the Bank, so I don't know if that's going to be live or what's the deal with that.
Wow. Wow.
It's crazy that the thing, if it's on the roof, someone's got to go off the roof.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
the giant in Halloween Havoc 95
For sure.
fall off the roof.
What would you do
Hulk Hogan murdered him.
if they got up there and the wall was up there? The wall! It's the wall!
It's the wall, brother.
It's the wall, brother.
He's finally there.
All right. Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later. You got any segments?
One quick one, then I have questions mostly.
Okay.
So I was looking for, we were talking about during the movie, if Paige and Becky Lynch had ever actually teamed together,
Yes.
which they did in WWE a bunch, but early on I couldn't find anything on them actually being a tag team. But in 2011, one Rebecca Knox was a manager for Saraya and Brittany Knight.
Yes.
I
So
see.
she was managing Saraya at one point, which is interesting.
Good
Very
manager to have.
Very weird.
Yeah. Wally, you said off the show that we forgot to quote the best part of the best line of the movie.
From Fighting with
it
My
was-
Family.
Yes.
It was "Dick me dead and bury me pregnant." Like, how is that not the funniest thing you've heard ever?
Wow.
They said it a few times too.
Both the mom and Paige said it. Both of them
Yeah.
said it.
Yep.
Is that like a very popular
British
saying in the
thing.
Knight household?
Apparently. And then most importantly, we buried the lead for this entire show.
This one.
Yes. Mike,
Which is
you
what?
said off the show that you had a dream about Brock Lesnar you
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to tell us about.
Oh, yeah. What
Yes.
the hell?
Brock Lesnar. That's right. I'm glad you reminded me. Yes, I had this insane dream where Brock Lesnar was trying to murder us.
The four of us.
Yes. But the thing is, he had already murdered several of my my coworkers. In my dream, he had murdered them while working. He murdered
So
them.
he was working IT at your.
No.
No,
Oh,
you,
he just
you guys
showed
were working,
up.
and he showed up like
He
the-
showed up in full gear?
All I know,
Or was he dressed like a businessman?
I feel like he was in gear. He murdered 2 people.
So this was like office linebacker coming in.
It
killing
was a
people.
and yes, he
Like-
killed, and he wanted to kill us specifically.
Do we know
That's
For
why?
some
fair.
reason,
But he didn't kill you.
he did it.
Well, that's because Mike loves him.
Yeah. But then we had to guess who we, can you guess? I can give you a million guesses. You will never guess the 3 people we got to. And the thing is, I never
Wait.
finished dreams. My
We,
dreams
we recruited
we
a
recruit-
team of guys to help
we
us?
recruit 3 people to help who are like, we've got to get these guys to talk. They will talk to him.
Are they other wrestlers or?
They're not.
Dan Hep.
Close.
No.
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 Oh,
No.
Okay,
God.
good. All right,
Nope.
good. Okay.
Sully?
It was Booty, Little Booty, and Mike Robbins.
And Big Cat.
Big Ed?
For some reason,
What?
those 3, especially Robbins,
The family? The fam?
Well, the 2 of them have the
Bounty.
same size head.
Yeah,
so-
because him and
Big
Robbins
family.
look alike.
the Labowdy family were the only ones who were like, I was like,
We got
remember
your backs.
Someone being like, we need to get Big Head and Booty. They can talk to him. They can talk him out of
They
it.
can talk him off the murder range.
I
So
love this.
our 3 friends who are family members,
Yes.
we're going to save ours. Wow.
Talk Brock Lesnar out of murdering us.
Did it work? Or did the dream end?
That's where the dream ended, as far as I know.
This is going to come back. You know, you're going to get this dream again. You're going to get part 2.
I hope so.
I can't
really
wait to
hope
hear
so.
about it. What a weird trifecta, but I guess they are literally related, so it makes sense.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Is that all the segments?
I think that's.
Is that it?
Bill, is
Bill?
that everything?
That's everything.
All right. Time to move on to the Wednesday Night Wars. So I watch both. I normally don't watch both, or I'll watch like a highlight of NXT, but I watch both full shows. You can stop me if I'm missing things, because I'm sure I am on NXT. We saw El Hijo de Fantasma
Yeah.
get a vignette.
I am.
He's coming next
My
week.
mind is blown. They're letting him keep that name.
He looks
Calling him-
cool. He looks cool as hell
He's gonna
in
be
his
Iho.
in his white bridge or wherever he was. He looked cool.
Yeah, it's cool as hell looking.
I'm cool with the name. I'm fine with it. But yeah, you're right.
But-
It's surprising.
Like El Hijo de Fantasma. Like,
There's no way he keeps that name for the whole.
no.
No, he's
No
gonna be
way.
El Hijo,
El Hijo.
or just not even Elliot, just Iho.
Just L.
Hell.
You're just L, pal. Doesn't make any sense. You're L. God damn
I
it.
think he's supposed to be the guy who's kidnapping people.
Yeah, in theory. Is he in the cruiserweight tournament?
Yes, he is.
Next week he debuts.
Yeah. Versus Jack Gallagher.
Should be good.
Very concerned about
Yeah.
him being in a cruiserweight tournament, but
And truthfully, I like the idea of like a round robin thing.
yeah,
Like,
we can talk about that. The blocks are set up like Super Juniors, basically.
Yeah.
I'm
more
intrigued by
people.
this.
It's good.
Yeah.
They should have stole this a long time ago. I'm surprised they didn't
Yeah,
steal it
they
20
should-
years ago.
Just do more of these. Do it with more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But I want more. I don't know, Bill, do you know, are they doing, how many matches are they doing on this show?
So they did one this week. Next week they're doing they're doing 3. So they're doing
Okay,
like the whole
good.
first round. And then I don't know if they're going to do 2 a week or if they're going to change it, but next week we get 3 matches.
Good. But Akira versus Swerve was good.
That was good. I was shocked that Tozawa won too.
I was also shocked by that.
But hey, it
Right.
is round robin, so
It is. It was good. It was a good match.
yeah.
They're actually
And
going to book this the proper way. It's
Yeah.
very surprising to me.
You know what I really liked in NXT, which I hope they do more of, was they had a podium set up. They set up a
Like-
podium.
like the NWA podium.
Yes, just set up a podium, have people come out, cut interviews, do interviews there, do promos there, like Dream. Like that's just a great way to use the studio without no one there.
Well,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I really
Is that
like that.
podium there just for Velveteen Dream though? Because I feel like it was
No,
just-
because Tozawa and the blonde there, Shara Schreiber, maybe, she interviewed him there.
Oh, okay.
At
Yeah,
the
right after
podium.
the match.
So they're stealing that.
So I think they should do more of that stuff.
At least in the short term. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You did the show open with Finn Balor versus Fay Buckner.
Mhm.
Yeah, Fay
And
Bikes.
it was just, prolonging the story, or whatever, but it was a good match.
Not bad.
I'm skipping way ahead, but Matt Riddle had a new partner because Pete Dunne can't come to America,
Mhm.
and his new partner was Timothy Thatcher.
Oh yeah.
I did appreciate that he was not into the
No.
Matt Riddle stuff.
No.
Not at the entrance, but then he was like laughing at Riddle at the end.
Yeah.
He was, but at the end when Riddle was trying to get him to do something, he just walked away. He was like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this."
He wouldn't even high five Riddle.
Yeah.
He was like disgusted about it, the fact that he wouldn't be high fived.
No. But
Um,
I'm guessing this tag team will face the Indusher.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, because they
had a-
showed up and said,
they had a-
"We're here now."
They had a stupid promo. One of the interesting things about this was it was Fish and Roderick
Yes.
Strong, because Kyle O'Reilly is, quote, not medically cleared.
No, he has
You know,
diabetes.
Continuing the we never talk about this shit. He's
Yeah.
not medically cleared. Yeah, well, he's not medically cleared because of the disease, and he's high risk. He can't leave his house because he has
No.
diabetes. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Hey, stay safe, KOR.
Mhm.
Was
Yeah,
there
good.
any
good,
women's
but-
stuff this week?
There was Xia Li
Xia.
beat up on Aaliyah again.
and Raquel, whatever the fuck,
Right.
lost to
Tegan?
Tegan.
Yeah,
Because
that was a weird
Shotzi
match,
Blackheart came out and hit
Right, Shotzi.
Dakota with their helmet.
And that's just to set up a tag match this upcoming week.
Right. And then the ending, of course.
Right. So then we skip to the end, which was Ciampa supposed to say that Johnny's the better man or whatever.
Right.
And
Dexter Loomis again. That's right.
Oh,
yeah, he was there twice. He had a match and then was like creeping in the.
Who did Dexter Loomis? Oh, he
beat a jobber.
Hootie Miles.
Yes.
He beat a jobber.
Who was in another? He was in Impact or something, or Ring of Honor maybe. Elijah King, I think his name is.
Don't remember him.
Hootie.
So Ciampa was supposed to say that Johnny's the better man. Before he can say it, he's attacked off screen, kind of, and he falls down. You see his like dead body fall down, and then see the boot, and you see Killer Cross.
Yeah, first you see Scarlett Bordeaux, and then you see Killer Cross.
Yeah, I like it. I really thought they were going to go after.
No, that's because he's the good guy. Because now Ciampa's the good guy.
See, that's why like
you hated that match even more.
Why not them like have like an uneasy like what I don't want to see now is like Johnny have to like save him because after everything that happened.
They
I don't
shouldn't
think
do
right
that.
now.
They shouldn't do that. His name is not Killer Cross. His merch came out. It's like Carrion Cross or something.
Cassian Cross? I don't know.
It's not Cassian.
It wasn't going to be Killer.
It's not Killer because you can't have Killer in there.
Even though they did have Killer Kelly.
Yeah. Well, they don't know what goes on over in Europe.
Anyway, so he showed up. We'll see what he does.
Talk about people who were misused. Killer Kelly.
Yeah, right.
And Jesse Gabbert. Very surprising. No NXT UK people were cut, but those people get paid pennies. Pennies.
They supposedly
Carrion Cross.
Carrion Cross.
Supposedly NXT UK was just mothballed, and those people can go and make money elsewhere. Supposedly, because all of them are working for other promotions.
Yeah. Well,
if they're assuming that they open.
Well, yeah, all those other promotions running right now.
Yeah. So they're all just mothballed, apparently. I thought, I don't know what you guys think. I thought most of the episode was boring. The end was interesting.
I liked this better than AEW. I liked NXT better than AEW this week.
And I would say like 90% of it was just a waste of time, and the end was fun. But
I enjoyed it, but then at the same time, it took me like 3 tries. Like I watched it like a half hour at a time. I don't know.
I wasn't excited to watch it,
but I thought it was good. That I'm excited for this tournament. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. And I'm excited for Karrion Kross.
And Jake Atlas is in this tournament, so hopefully,
yes.
I want to see him
show off.
All right, so that was NXT. Anything that I missed, or we cover most of it?
No.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, so AEW. I wrote some things down that I liked. I like what they did with the celebrity talking head. So they teased the match of Jake Hager and Moxley at the end. Then throughout the whole show, they had different people coming on.
Yeah, they built to it,
giving their opinion about what's going to happen. I thought this was cool.
Yes, good idea.
Who is Ariel Helwani?
Ariel Helwani is the MMA guy on ESPN.
Yes.
So that was a good connection because AEW really is not covered by ESPN, so that's good. We saw Ron Funches, Dan Soder.
Oh, I love that guy. He's hilarious.
Right, he was funny. Soder's also a funny comedian, wrestling fan. Bunch of MMA fighters and some of the announcers too. So I thought it was good. That was a good way to build the match. The match didn't deliver, but that was an interesting way to build to the match. So I like that. Really liked something Taz did. This is a surprise.
Nope. Reject.
You would think.
Didn't even watch it.
No, I didn't watch it. I just know it wasn't good because it was Taz.
There was this. Jake Hager was doing this sleeper hold thing on Moxley the last couple weeks, and Taz broke down the hold. And they had like graphics and stuff. Like, see, this is what he's doing with his arm, and this is, he takes him down like this, and this is how he's choking him out with this arm over the throat or whatever. And I thought this was just what Taz. Just do this, Taz. This was great. Like 30 seconds of. This is how you do this hold.
Oh, so like breaking down a highlight kind of thing.
Yeah, like
okay.
Like an analyst kind of.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
It was good. I thought it was good. They should do more of that with Taz. He did a good job with it. So that was good. Did not love the bubbly bunch.
You didn't?
What What is this?
It was okay.
I loved that.
You loved it?
I hate
Yes.
it.
You didn't even see
You
it.
have no idea what it is.
I can just tell.
It was
Bubbly
funny.
Bunch is the inner circle, like at home, basically. So it's like Tito or not Tito, Santana and Ortiz, and I liked what's his name, Sammy lifting the weights in the mirror.
Yes.
Like
So funny.
that was funny, and Jericho making the mimosas.
it's like the Brady Bunch, but with them. Yeah.
But I thought the funniest part was Jericho's dogs have gotten over with me because he has like 80 dogs.
Yes.
There's this little part where he's like, "Calm down, you hounds!" And there's like 7 or 8 dogs at his feet while he's making them mimosas. Thought that was funny. The use of the dogs are very funny, but it didn't totally hold the water.
And
for
him
me.
pouring the orange juice.
Missing
and,
the glass.
Missing the glass.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
You're working with what you got on both of these shows. So.
Yes.
Also love this part of the Bubbly Bunch. I really love where Jake Hager's sitting outside in the lawn chair with his 2 kids, and he's like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out." Oh wait, hold on. I can't say that in front of my kids. They had to cover their ears. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I like that part. We got to see Excalibur make a pick for the match between Hager and Moxley, but the best part was that his setup behind him was all board games.
All types of board games.
It's the first thing I've ever heard about Excalibur that I can get behind.
I knew you were going to. So he loves board games. He has all kinds of board games behind him at his desk set up. So
yes.
I'm going to check that out, see what he's got.
Yeah, he's got some a lot of Game of Thrones, Star Wars kind of things. Probably not things you would enjoy, but
I play Star Wars ones a lot lately.
You have?
Yeah. So Wally.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
You're still playing?
No, not now.
Oh,
we should play over Zoom.
We've talked about.
I asked him if he wanted to do that. He said it's not easy to do or something like that, but he's going to try. I don't know. So that was fun. Very funny moment. I enjoyed this match. Chuck Taylor versus Kip Sabian. I enjoyed the match. Kip Sabian is with Janela's, what's her name?
Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford. Yes. Janela's ex-girlfriend. She gets on the ropes and does like a sexy dance to distract Chuck Taylor. Orange Cassidy is in the corner of Chuck Taylor. He walks around, says like, "Get out of here." He gets up on the apron to try to distract Kip Sabian by doing a lazy, sexy dance on the apron, which was very funny.
Very funny.
So funny. Interrupted, of course, by Havoc, Jimmy Havoc, who beat him up, and they're going to have a match this week.
Yes.
And Havoc seems like he's with Kip Sabian for some reason.
Yeah, they're all real-life roommates. I know that.
Right, the 3 of them live together.
Yes.
And actually, Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor live together.
Really?
I believe, yes.
How did I know that?
Yes, they do. So that was a fun match. I enjoyed that. And then we get to the crappy part. Hager and Moxley is just not good. It was an empty arena match, not good.
It just never clicked for me.
Nope, was not good.
Did not click.
Even the empty arena portion of it wasn't good.
Can I give you a hot take?
Yeah.
Jack Swagger / Jake Hager has never been a good wrestler.
No.
He's proving it.
And it's just like, I don't know what kind of boner, especially the boner freaking JR has for him. Like,
well, you know why? Because he's from Oklahoma.
But yeah, it just didn't click for me. And then once again, like JR is kind of burying the match in spots where he's,
he actively buried the match again.
Yeah.
He's not good anymore.
The chairs, that was the one part that took me out of the match a little bit, where it's like, why would chairs be set up? Why would there be folding chairs here? Like, really, man? Come on.
You don't have to point that stuff out.
Do we really need to?
Speaking for the everyman.
It's like sitting in a movie and like yelling at the screen when you see a plot hole. That's like,
it's like a character in the movie saying, isn't this stupid?
Yeah.
Do you do that, Wally, when you go to the movies by yourself? Do you yell at the screen?
No, I say it to myself. I'm like that.
John Hager and Dean Moxley, these guys, they're not good.
Dean Moxley.
I'm just doing JR making name mistakes.
He's not good anymore.
I did not like this at all. Did not like it. Didn't even need to be empty arena.
No.
Anything cool in the empty arena. far as I'm concerned. They had a lot of mat wrestling stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
why this couldn't have just been a regular match.
Yeah, no, not a fan.
It was bad.
Not a
So
fan.
I would say on this one, I enjoyed it for the most part until the end. The opposite of NXT, the total opposite of NXT.
Yeah.
Hated
Mike
it.
and I disagree, and we think NXT was better.
You never watched AEW.
I sure didn't.
Well,
I guess you could make the case that NXT was better because the big stuff was better than the rest of the show. But I had a lot of fun watching this episode of AEW for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe just because of Orange Cassidy.
As long as you have fun, that's all that matters.
I was enjoying it until the end. So that was that episode of AEW Dynamite. So now it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week.
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like he's ready.
I'm ready to go.
Favorite wrestler of the week. Go.
We got Jackson.
Swagger.
Jaxon. Jackson Stone. Jackson Stone. He's
Great.
Pretty sure it's
20
still just Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson Stone. He is a singles wrestler and a tag team wrestler.
Oh, wow.
They all are.
Shocking. What a great first nugget. Does he do holds? Does he run off the ropes?
He's from Plano, Texas. Well, birthplace. Birthplace is Plano. He's 6'1", 224. That's 185 centimeters and 102.
Wait, is he
kilograms.
a male or is he a female? You didn't
I'm
say
sorry.
that.
That's usually a part of it.
He is a male.
He is a
something
male.
new here. We got something new. Background in sports, baseball. I don't know what that means.
That's it. Just
Maybe
baseball.
he knows about baseball.
He played high school baseball.
His roles, single wrestler, tag team, began his career on.
I like how you've twice called him a singles wrestler. That means you don't have a lot to talk about because you also gave height in centimeters and in feet.
His big ring debut was April 9th, 2015, so he just passed his anniversary.
Wow.
That means his in-ring
Green as
experience
grass.
is 4 years.
Green as grass.
His training, he trained at MPX Wrestling School and WXW. His nickname is Youth Gone Wild.
Not good.
His signature move is Stones Class and the Clashing Stones. Or
Bad.
let's just see his last match.
2015.
Last match, he defeated Steve Kirby just last month at a MPX Destiny event.
Steve
There you go.
Kirby. Sounds like a
Steve
real hot.
Kirby. And Andy Dalton defeated
The quarterback?
hey, it says Andy Dalton, so I'm assuming.
Obviously.
What did Andy Dalton do?
Defeated him in a match?
Yeah, in the match.
Oh,
Okay. What is this guy's
Yeah.
name? Jackson Stone?
Stone. Jackson Stone.
What a
Jackson
memorable.
Stone.
I did a little bit of research here because I knew this was Mike's guy this week.
Oh, you knew about this ahead of time?
So
He does a lot of work.
Pure
Prep.
babyface. Pure babyface. His slogans, his sayings, whatever. Jackson Stone is for everybody and everybody's land. So he's very much a good guy.
Okay. Great.
Oh yeah, looking at his. Yeah,
We're still going with this?
Nope.
let's just check it out. His Facebook.
Nope.
Let's check out. His
Ready to
Facebook.
move on.
Okay,
Wally,
fine.
it's time for a top 5. Give me your
Yes.
top 5 of the week.
Very
Top 5 this week is top 5.
His favorite
Athletes.
music is Post Malone.
Oh,
Oh, fuck this guy then.
he's a heel.
Jesus.
I changed my mind.
You just turned heel?
Yeah.
All right. Top 5 athletes I would like to see perform live. So, number 5,
But haven't?
but I haven't seen. Yes, correct.
Okay.
And this is also excluding soccer players because that's a whole other list.
Well, you've seen
So-
this.
Number 5 is Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Number 4 is Ovechkin. Got to see some hockey.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Number 3 is Serena Williams.
Best
Number
tennis player ever.
2. Number 2 is LeBron James.
The king.
I don't like him, but you got to see him play live once.
You can see him complain about all those foul calls.
Exactly. And number 1 is Simone Biles because I just want to see her in the air for like 3 minutes. Like
She is pretty damn
crazy.
awesome.
It's
Pretty
ridiculous. Like
This is a good
ridiculous.
list, and I've not seen any of them.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I have in my time seen live J.P. Lousman of the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, we have.
Also, Sean Hill, baby.
Oh,
Same game.
Jesus.
Same team,
Oh.
same
Same
game.
team, same game.
Oh, okay. At least it was the same team. It wasn't them going back and forth.
No, they were no. They were going head to head.
Oh,
JP
so it was the
versus
same-
Sean Hill.
Who?
Okay.
Buffalo played 2 quarterbacks that day. Who is their other one then?
EJ Manuel.
No.
That was before
Somebody
EJ Manuel.
crappier, yeah. Somebody crappier than EJ Manuel.
I don't know, but I remember Sean Hill, the war that was Sean Hill versus JP Lousman in the rain.
Oh, God, that sounds like a terrible.
What an experience. Go buy an NFL ticket for $300.
Trent Edwards, or was it before him?
Could have been Trent. I remember baby Marshawn Lynch was on that team. The Buffalo team.
Yeah.
Did you see them in Buffalo?
Yes.
At least you got to
Yeah,
see all the crazy
it was-
Buffalo fans.
freezing
Actually,
day.
we were treated very well by the Buffalo fans because we traded burgers for
Yes.
shots of 151 or something like
Yes.
that.
Nice.
Jumbo dogs.
Yeah, we traded jumbo dogs for shots.
Yep, that's what you got to do. You got to make friends
Yeah.
with the locals
We made
so
some
they don't
trades.
throw you through tables.
I almost got a girlfriend out of the deal.
Right? That's right.
That's
I threw
right.
up on
Email address.
I threw up on you.
You sure did.
I misted you with some
That's right.
Barf?
Yeah.
And Ryan Job threw an unopened can of beer at Mike as he was driving.
from the back
was
seat
driving.
of a minivan to the front.
Yep.
Jesus.
Frightening.
Yep.
So we were full on Buffalo Bill crazy, light a table on fire insanity.
I mean,
Oh,
I've been to a Bills game. You get swept up in it. You do.
We did. I mean, one guy threw a full beer can from the back seat to the front
We
seat of a
sadly
minivan.
and then cried by the end of
And
the
then and then Mike, what'd you say? Like, I'm gonna turn this car around. Like the
yeah.
dad of the group, like he was the only one not drinking.
Yeah.
Turn this minivan around. Yeah. All right. That's it. That's the end of
That's
this episode. Molly, you're in charge of the next episode, which is Sherlock Holmes 2009.
Yep.
Robert, what's his name? Most
I
famous
have no
actor in the
idea.
world.
Kurgan.
Malay.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey
Oh.
Jr. and
Robert
Kurgan.
Malay or something like that.
Yes, most famous actor in the world, Robert Malay, aka Kurgan, in a movie. So we
I
get
mean,
to
I
see.
liked him.
He has a good role in the movie too.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah.
part. I like his
He does
part
well.
in the movie. Usually these wrestler cameos suck, but this was good.
Yeah.
And this movie is good. So for once, we're watching a good movie.
Not a shot, but it's good.
Yeah, we'll debate that. I guess debate the validity of its Sherlockiness, but it was a good movie nonetheless. So that's up next, and as always, we gotta go pee. See you, Larry Zabisco. You're that way.